And
That's a good idea,
yeah,
dude.
I want to link it in the description below. And I'm going to drive sales to your website specifically for lapel seats.
Right.
So
you're on to something
dude,
here.
I'm
Dude,
telling
you got the brain for this.
So then you got to hook them in to listen to you.
Yeah.
If you just cold DM them and it's
right.
So this is, oh man, now I'm going to let go all my secrets.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Start following them. Start with
you
following.
like all their pictures.
Like all their shit.
Yep.
Start engaging on their stuff.
Yeah.
Commenting, because that matters to a business. They see that same person.
100%.
And that helps their engagement. And
100%.
That's the whole goal of fucking social media.
Totally. And then other people see you engaging it. And
yes. And it gets pushed out to that audience and this audience.
Right.
And now you're like, and then the best part is when they see, I'm getting all fucking passionate. I love this shit.
Fired up.
If they post a story,
right,
you comment on that story and you get straight into the fucking DMs.
Yeah.
And they see that.
You're giving away all the secrets right now.
Whereas if you cold DM them, there's nothing attached to it. And they're like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
But you just commented on a ad they spent 20, 30 minutes on.
Right.
On their story.
This is fire, yeah.
Dude, this is sick. This is fire. I would love to be a part of your team.
That's how I picked up a few of the people that I work with.
Welcome to Get Vertical Real Talk. This is a Harley stunt riding podcast. Our goal with this show and company is to introduce you to the people and ideas that will actually help you execute and level up your stunt riding skills professionally. Today, you get to meet the Stunt Gypsy. In his own words, he's just a normal dude. So he's still kind of on his journey of learning harder and more advanced tricks. And he might be someone that you guys actually resonate with more comparative to the typical guest that I have on this podcast. A few of you listeners actually asked to have someone on this podcast that is more of a beginner and not so far along in their journey in their riding career. So this actually made it out to be a dope conversation because he has two businesses that he runs. So he's already business minded, but it has nothing to do with like motorcycles. So it was dope kind of collabing with him, and I got to kind of school him on a little bit of knowledge that I have learned throughout my career, as well as talking to all these other pro stunt riders on how they make money utilizing their stunt riding skills and like kind of surrounding stunt riding in general. So you can see there's a lot of light bulb moments that go off in his own head as he learns some things that I share with him. So I'm super excited for you guys to listen to this podcast. It might help you out if you are a newer rider and you're thinking, hey, maybe I can do something with this and I don't have to be good. And if you have already listened to my podcast before, you already know that I'm all about talking about business and money as pertains to stunt riding. Look, I just mesh the things I love and that's what I like to talk about. So I hope you guys enjoy it too. And if you do, please subscribe. It helps the channel so much. And we can get some seriously dope ass guests on here if you guys help grow this channel. So you guys are a super important part, which brings me to giving one of my listeners a huge shout out because he listened to the Dom 829 podcast and got some tips from him by asking a question about how to do hand drags. So I just want you guys to check this out. I'm super proud of him. And if you guys want to know how to ask a question and be featured on this podcast, make sure you follow me at Drea253 Stunts. Every Friday and Saturday, I post a question in my stories. If you catch it, you're able to be featured on this podcast. Shout out to Trailer Joe. Check this out. Trailer Park Joe has another question. What's the best way to lock down one-handers? Hell yeah. Super proud of you, dude. Keep killing it. All right, guys. Now I want you to meet the Stunt Gypsy.
Why do I ride?
Stunt ride.
You know, that's a good question. I don't, I stunt ride because I forgot how to ride regular at this point. I can't, like, I get on a bike, I'm like incapable of riding normal. As
I'm
soon
the
as
same way.
you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, people are like, yeah, because I have normal friends. They're like, yo, you want to go for a ride? I'm like, yeah, but do you want to go for a ride? Because I don't think you want to ride with me the way I want to ride. Because, like, wherever I go, I'm like, I can't help it. I'm coming out of stop sign sideways. I'm like, you know, I'm burning third gear if I can. I'm like, you know.
Are you ready to run?
Yeah, exactly. Like, are you committed right now? Are you ready to commit?
Are you sure you want me to come?
Literally, I know. And like, I have friends that like are normal and kind of just like stopped asking me to ride with them anymore because they're like, you know, this dude shows up with stickers on his plate and is just like here, you know, commit crimes. Yeah, I'm here for crime, you know. So, and
have you ever gotten chased or anything?
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Tell me about a story.
Oh, man. Well, I caught 2 charges in 2 different states last year. Quick one, Rhode Island. I was riding with some friends, my Stunter Society. Shout out Stunter Society, my team. So I see him get behind us, and I'm in the back of the pack. And there's probably, I don't know, 20 of us, 25 of us. This is a small ride. So, like, I'm in the back. And so I see everybody pulling into the gas station, but I had seen the cops pull out. And they don't have the lights on, but, like, I know if we stop, it's going to be a mess. So I start riding up to the front of the pack and tell everybody, like, yo, cops, cops, cops. Like, next gas station, let's get out of the city we're in. My bike dies. Just quit. Went black. Shut off. No dash, no lights, no nothing. I'm, like, cycling my key. I got my start buttons on the center trim on my tank. I'm, like, fighting this down. I'm like, yo, here comes the cops. Everybody finally sees them. Everybody takes off. Shout out Joe at Daily Bong Rips. Comes up, he sees me struggling. I'm like, yo, my bike's dead. Like, I'm about to ditch it. And he's like, he comes up, he's in a Grom. He starts trying to push me. Cops boxed me in. It was like a whole
Really?
thing.
Did you
They
get locked
ran
up?
out, kicked. Oh, yeah, I got locked up.
What happened? Did you get a felony?
No, I actually beat that case. That was a long story, but I got good lawyers and like,
Dope.
And I actually beat that case. Traffic tickets, everything.
Question.
The whole 9.
Did you get super high from that chase?
Yo, so I know some of these guys, some of these dudes are like, oh, no pant. I get like, yo, I'm still shook. I get like, I'm allergic, bro. When the cops get back there, I'm like, I'm not getting in front of them doing wheelies. I'm not antagonizing them. I'm not doing none of that. Like, because like, the last thing I want is to catch another charge. I'm just trying to have fun. Like, I prefer if they just go away.
So maybe you have had that experience of actually getting caught.
Yeah.
That you're like, okay, I'm not fucking with them.
Yeah,
See,
nah.
I never really got caught.
Really?
But every time, so I'm always with Bruce.
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
street. Well, back in the day.
Right.
When I rode streets. And we would make sure we stuck together no matter what.
Yeah. You got to have a buddy. It's a buddy system.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But we would either run. We had 2 different strategies. Either run or pull over.
Yeah.
But it's really depends on the street ride because you can say, okay, this time we're going to stick it out.
Right.
And just fucking stay with the pack.
Absolutely.
Because they're going to get us.
Yeah,
it just really depends on the cops.
Yeah.
But after we're done, we're like, holy shit, that was fun.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
That was fun as fuck.
It's only when you get away, though, that it's fun as fuck.
Yeah, see, we never really got caught.
Yeah, word. It's different when you get caught. It's funny because I have this similar strategy where, like, it depends on, it's kind of a judgment call. Like, if I'm with if it's a big pack, like, I'm not stopping.
Yeah.
Like, no chance. I'm just going to
float in there.
I'm going to float in the middle,
pack.
chill. I'm not going to do wheelies. I'm just going to ride it out, wait for them to go away. Most of the time they go away, you know. But sometimes, like, if it's a small pack, I'll stop, you know, like, because my bike's registered, insured, I'm licensed, you know, I'm legit. I make sure my bike is, like, legitimate in the event. Like, even if you do get caught, it's one less charge, you know. Mm-hmm. I don't buy bikes without titles, like, all that, you know what I mean? And another quick story, actually, the next time I got arrested that season was Laconia, and I was with, like, 5 of my buddies, and I stopped because they had got behind us and like, I'm like, oh, I'm just chilling. I was filming. Like, I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And they smoked me. They
harassed you?
Smoked me. Yeah, they smoked me.
Man,
I did not beat that case.
Usually they'll go past the guy that stops.
I've tried to pull over. I have all the body cam footage and everything. I didn't even do nothing wrong. I'm like, I'll be fine. Dude. I know.
Can I give you some advice?
Yeah, please.
Some non-legal advice, and don't listen to me.
All right.
Hey, what's up, guys? I hope you're enjoying the episode. Real quick plug, I want to invite you guys to our online wheelie coaching course. This is exclusively made for Harley riders. We created a 3-stage progression method that is guaranteed to teach you how to wheelie. This is for day one learning riders. It's broken down from day one all the way to balance point. With this course, you get our exclusive members only Get Vertical app that makes it easier to access while you're at the lot practicing. You also get to join our Facebook community where we have a group experts in there all ready to help and other Harley stunt riders learning from each other. You'll also get invited with online group coaching with Bruce and I, where you can ask us direct questions about your progress and any struggles you're having. You can sign up at getverticalcoaching.com. Link will be in the description. Anyways, back to the show. Put your bike in your girl's name.
Really?
Yeah, because they can impound your bike, but they can't hold it for 30 days.
Oh.
Because it's not your bike. And she wasn't the one committing the crime. It's her
That's
bike.
a good idea.
So Bruce
That's slick.
Bruce's bike is in my name, and my bike is in his name.
I love it, dude. That's awesome. That's a great idea. I'll have to, if you're listening.
Don't take my advice.
Yeah. I'll have to have
that's a
that
good
conversation when I get home.
Yep.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's my little
cool. That's a hot tip.
Yeah, that's a super hot tip.
I dig it.
I got more like that, but I don't know if I could say it on camera.
I know. I'm like, I probably shouldn't even be
talking about
these.
Yeah, you're gonna get criminal charges. They're gonna backdate some
anyway.
shit.
Yeah. They're wrapped up anyway. No, but I was nervous because they got my phone.
Oh,
and they started going through my Instagram, and I thought they were going to use it against me.
Or
and
get
they
your
tried.
friends in trouble.
Right, and they tried, and they couldn't. Something happened. They basically ended up not using it, like on a technicality. But I was close. They were going to use my Instagram. They thought I was They thought I was East Coasting.
So they wanted them.
I don't know what they wanted.
They really wanted them.
I had the Chrome East Coasting air filter cover. And then they were on my Instagram. I don't know. I'm gonna post a reel. I have all the body cam video, so I've been holding it, but I'm probably gonna post a little couple.
So tell me about Stunter Society. I know a little bit about them, but
yeah, Stunter Society is just a bunch of dudes that we ride. We do some shows. We do nothing crazy. But it's really just a team of guys that just like to ride. There's no that's a good question. There's got to be probably 25 of us. There's a lot it's most of us are in Mass and Connecticut and Rhode Island, so like that little
area,
tri-state area, if you will, but we have Sammy Stunts, Limiter Larson, Sal Stunts in Broward, a bunch of Broward kids. Shout out Broward. And
who started it?
Zach. So he runs the Stunter Society page. You can check him out at Stunter Society. We do a lot of cool shit. Zach was kind enough to really organize a super big track day at New York Safety Track, which ended up being a sick event. And so really it's just a team of guys that are just trying to progress and have fun with their friends.
How is it organized though? You guys get beat up to get in or what?
No, so yeah, you gotta get jumped in, bro. No, it's actually we don't actually how well you ride or what tricks you can do don't really matter. It's more do you suck as a person or not? You know what I mean? So it's if you're a good person and you genuinely like to ride and you can get along with the rest of the team, you qualify. There's no qualification for what tricks you can do or how good you've been riding, how long you've been riding, and that type of stuff. We have members that can't wheelie, and that just thoroughly enjoy.
Just about it.
Yeah, just about riding and getting together and having fun. Everybody's family knows each other.
But they still kick it with the stunt riders. Is it a stunt riding group?
It's stunt riding. Yeah, okay. It's stunt riding, and everybody who's on the team is actively trying to progress.
Yeah.
But it's just not a requirement. You don't have to be able to scrape your bike to.
Do you guys have meetings and shit?
Yeah, we do. We got a group chat. We kind of stay up to date. We try to plan events with each other. We try to just link together and do stuff around the holidays. This year, Mike Donahue at Limiter Larry had a party, like a New Year's party at his house, and you know what I mean, that type of stuff. It's
So
just
you guys
like,
are more like family.
yeah, exactly. It's just like all guys who like to ride, you know. And a lot of them, you know, like, you know, there's big age difference in membership. Like a lot of guys, you know, have kids and jobs and careers and ride when they can, and some of us are like young and just ride every day and are straight killers, and like, you know, it's just like it's really a melting pot of like just good people. And
then you said you guys do shows together too. Who coordinates the shows?
So usually Zach coordinates it, but and like he makes some merch and stuff, and you know, we're not like super, we try not to get too like wrapped up in the show thing, you know. It's more like, let's link at like big rides and ride together.
You guys try not to think of it too much as like a business.
Yeah, it's not like that. Yeah, it's not like a business. It's like a let's link, like in Broward, like there's a bunch of rides every year that everybody, at least from my area, that Mass, Rhode Island, Connecticut, like try to link at, like Philly, the 610 ride, Broward on top. Like,
do you guys sell merch on your rides?
Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. It's, you know, it's just like a, you know, if Zach has some and he's there, he's definitely selling it. And
see, what I think is dope about teams is like when you have so many. But I'm really into business type shit. So.
Yeah, me too. I hear you.
Yeah, so like when they conjugate together, and there's like one mastermind that's really good at this, one mastermind that's good at this, one mastermind that's good at this, and then they have a fully functioning business around it. Like one guy is really good at shipping merch and marketing. One guy is just good at getting shows for the team. And creating relationships with dealerships and things like that. And then they create the shows with the team. And then there's like the professional guys and then the street guys. So the street guys hold it down for the street riders and maybe host rides for that. But then the professional dudes do the shows. And throw it down for that team.
We're always, we do talk about a lot, like trying to get, you know, do a little more organization around like the show stuff. But at the end of the day, I think everybody's just kind of happy, just like linking and riding together, you know?
What would be dope is if you guys did do more organization, and I've seen this in other groups and other teams, is you guys basically raise money to do more stuff together. So then you can travel all the way to Arizona together. So if you have a fat ride and sell merch and you make 10 grand selling t-shirts, there's 10 grand to take your whole fucking team to Phoenix and come ride with us.
Yeah, dude, I know. Yeah, I'll drop it in the group chat. I'm kind of like, I'm like that too. Cause like, I like the idea of like, monetizing this sport. That's like so hard to I don't know if it's so hard to monetize, but it's a small niche. So like, you know, and it's also super illegal. So like trying to figure out how to monetize it can be challenging. And like,
well, it's cool because with this podcast, I'm picking everyone's fucking brain. I'm learning a lot.
Dude,
I'm like, that's why I asked you. I'm like, how are you making money? How are you making money? Everyone, I'm like, how are you making money? How are you making money out of this? You know, because you can't do it all. You know, so you just got to find what makes you happy and makes, you know, what you enjoy to do and how you can monetize off that to fund what you already like to do. You know what I'm saying?
It's a delicate balance because like you don't want to turn it into like a job.
It's such a delicate.
You know what I mean? It's like you don't want to turn it into a job and have it be this thing that now you're like, oh, I dreaded this. You know, it's like now I go to this event, I can't even like go, you know, hang around with my people. I have to like sit at the table and fucking sell.
I gotta sit at the fucking booth.
And just like work through an event that like I used to come to and like just like kick it with the homies.
You know? That's totally something that I learned over my career of stunt riding is you have to be really careful. And I'm on that fine line right now. So don't judge me when I got fucking ads going, okay? I'm just trying to figure this shit out, okay?
I support it.
Like, don't hate on me. Just listen to the damn ads. Literally. Let me just try to make some money here, okay?
Good for you.
But, like, I got to find that fine line because there has been people that have, like, asked to be on this podcast where they're trying to sell shit.
Right.
And I have to say no. And you know, I could be like, okay, how much you want to pay me? Because, you know, like, but I don't want to sell my soul.
Totally. Totally.
Fuck that,
Yeah.
dude. I enjoy talking to people.
Exactly.
About talking to my people. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk to people, that are here trying to sell something.
Yeah, word. I know. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, even just social media can be a full-time job. Yeah.
Okay, I seriously cannot be the only one that does not trust insurance companies. Don't you feel like they never pay you what you deserve for your accident? That's why I always call Law Tigers. They're specialized motorcycle attorneys. Yes, there's a difference between motorcycles and cars. That's why you need to call Law Tigers, because they are the experts and you are not. And what's dope about them is you don't have to pay anything out of pocket. It comes out of your settlement. So if they don't get you paid, then they don't get paid. And the best part is once you call them, they take care of everything for you. You don't have to think about it at all until you're signing the paperwork saying case closed. Don't let these insurance companies screw you over. Call Law Tigers and tell them that Drea sent you. If you're local to Arizona, call my boy Jay. I'll leave his info in the description below.
And that's conflicting for me too. Like I haven't been on social media since like November, really. I've been kind of popping in and out, but I haven't been posting much because like I get super sucked in, and like I don't want my whole identity to be wrapped up in like the Stunt Gypsy. I try to stay somewhat grounded and remember like why I do this. Like I do this to ride and have fun with my friends. And like at the end of the day, like, if Instagram goes away tomorrow, I'm still going to be outside doing the same shit with the same people. So
where do you think that you had that epiphany where you're like kind of feeling like it's sucking you in?
Well, I know, cause like I'll sit in it's like I'm self-employed, like I own 2 businesses, and like I'll find myself in the middle of the day, like 2 hours deep into like my Instagram feed, getting nothing done in the middle of the day and going, like, what the fuck am I doing? Like responding to messages and stuff is cool. And like, but like, in order to, this sport's expensive and like, it's a lot. You really have to be committed. Like just the threshold to get in is close to 10 grand. If you want to ride a Dyna, Yeah. It's like, I have to like, also, I'm married and I have, a baby, with my wife. And like, so, I just have to remember that, like, I also have to go to work and like be a contributing member of society too, Like
so do you think this is more of a hobby for you?
It basically boils down to like, yeah, this is a hobby for me. I never even intended to get like, this is so crazy that I'm even here. This is so crazy. Like, this is insane. I never intended to grow my page the way it is, like, or be, I'm not really that, I wouldn't say I'm famous, but like, I do get recognized. It's crazy. It's crazy. I never intended it to get like that.
Why do you think that? I noticed this a lot, coming from the street bike world to the Harley world, that everyone's a fucking influencer.
I know. It's crazy, right?
Everyone. Like in the street bike world, it's so hard to be known because it's so oversaturated.
Yeah.
And everyone is so good.
Yeah.
So in the Harley scene, you just do a sit down on a bagger and you're fucking blowing up.
Dude, I suck. I'm like not even that good, dude. I have like, there's kids, I go on rides and I'm like, I ask myself on a regular basis, like, what is it like about like the Stunt Gypsy thing that like that is popular? And like, because I'm not that good. I'm definitely not like doing stuff that's like pushing the scene. I'm not doing like crazy new tricks. Like Sammy's doing side saddle throttle hand drags. I'm like, dude, I'm not even, that terrifies me. I'm also it turns out I'm actually decent at like doing and growing social media. So like that has a huge effect on it too. Like my page has grown, and not because like I'm some crazy stunt rider. I'm not doing anything like most, intermediate level stunt riders are doing, hand dragging. And once your page grows like that, you kind of start to lean into it, and you start to like, if you kind of act as if like, oh, I'm the Stunt Gypsy with 10,000 followers, like that it attracts people. And so like it's attractive to people. And like also, my page is pretty PG. Like I don't drink, I don't smoke weed. So I'm not doing like the party guy stuff. So like, it's more just like genuine, like rides with friends. Just like, I post all of it. I post when I suck. I post, you know what I mean? Like of course I post like my best stuff. Obviously everybody does, but like,
so it's consistent too then.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought of doing a business within stunt riding?
I think about it all the time. I've been for like the last 2 years. I've been thinking about is how can I monetize this? How can I monetize this? Because like it's the dream to do what you love and get paid. You know.
So you already have a business mindset.
Yeah.
You have 2 businesses already. What are they?
So I have a auto and truck repair business, and I do like a frame repair and undercoating.
Oh, okay.
Because where I live, we have a lot of rust problems.
So if you just apply that same business knowledge to stunt riding, dude,
it's right here in the front of my brain for the last like.
God telling you.
I know.
Fucking wake up, dude.
I know. I just don't. It feels. I know. It's hard for me.
What's holding you back?
It's conflicting. I feel like it's one like. I can't just be the guy who puts himself on a t-shirt and tries to sell t-shirts, right? Because that's like the go-to business model. Start a website, sell a t-shirt with your name on it. It feels tacky to me. So like.
Then that's not it.
That's definitely not it. That's out.
It.
I know that's out. And then, you know, the other aspect of it is like shows and stuff, which I really enjoy. I did do. It's hard for me because like I get kind of like I don't perform well in front of people, you know, so like that's hard for me.
So that's not it.
I also feel kind of like an imposter most of the time because like I said, I'm not really that good. So like when we put on a show, I'm like, what am I going to do that like the next 10 guys in the crowd can't do? You know what I mean? So
the shows aren't it. Okay, what's next?
Right. So the shows aren't it. Yeah, and you know, and then.
So I think you just need to find your thing because
I gotta find my niche.
Everyone has their own thing. You know what I'm saying? Like podcasting is not for Bruce at all.
Right.
Like you
Yeah.
don't want to hear him
Totally
on the mic. Trust me.
Well. This is sick. This is what I like to do is talk to people and get to know people.
Maybe this is something that you'd be into.
Maybe I'll have to do a West Coast and have you out, East Coast and have you out.
Dude, you should.
Pop out. You'll have to come during the
That'd be sick.
summer,
but
though.
see, this is the thing. Once you figure out what you enjoy doing,
right?
Like surrounding stunt riding. So obviously, I'm not doing a wheelie right now. I'm not riding.
Right. Yeah.
But it's surrounding the niche.
Totally.
Then you got to figure out, well, how the fuck do I make money off of this?
Right.
So there's layers on top of layers. So okay, now I found something I enjoy. Okay, now how do I maintain this lifestyle because it's not cheap.
Totally.
To have cameras and upgrade things and like continue to keep getting bigger and bigger and better and better and better and reach more people.
Right. Not only
then
that,
you
but the time investment is huge too.
Time investment for sure.
You know, like editing and like I genuinely have like a bunch of stored clips that I took to start a YouTube channel. Because we build a bunch of bikes, and like we do, you know, we do cool stuff. So like a YouTube channel has been on, you know, pretty front and center for a while. I really lack like the technical skills, like to like, you know,
put it all together.
Yeah, to put it all together and get it out there, you know, because I can't just like do it off my phone. Because I do everything off my phone. So like
you can.
Yeah, you're right. I probably could. I shouldn't say I can't. Cause
that's where everyone starts.
Right.
I mean, I'm filming with a phone right now.
This is so cool.
And no one knows.
Yeah. No one. Well,
actually,
now they know. You have to edit that out.
That's okay. I did a tour of my podcast room because I wanted people to see like.
Right.
It's just not perfect.
Yeah. No. This
like
is
and that's why I'm like I need to make more money because I want real fucking cameras.
Watch this shit.
Seriously, like
send it to your friends. Watch this shit.
Yeah, it's just you got to figure out a fucking way, you know. And then,
dude, you're killing it. I mean, so far you've had nothing but hitters on here besides me. So,
but that's okay, you know. Some people actually, I had a fan request just like a normal dude is what they said. You know, like I
hope I can be that guy for them.
No, dude. Well, apparently to you, you're not normal because your friends that don't really are normal.
Oh yeah, right.
But you know,
I
think just finding our avenue, and it's different for everyone, you know. So like let's say you did start a podcast, making money from that podcast might be totally different from how I do things.
Totally.
Maybe it's you are selling merch on your podcast, or maybe it's you advertising events.
Right.
Who fuck knows?
Right.
It's we're all trying to figure this shit out together, you know.
That's a lot of it too, is you just kind of got to start and then figure it out as you go.
Yeah, because I talked to Cruisy Originals and them. They monetize off of their YouTube channel from AdSense, which is what YouTube pays them for putting ads on their videos. but then they also sell their merch and their parts
Totally.
and all this thing. And they have affiliate links, which
Totally.
means like if they're selling something from Amazon, click the link below
Right,
kind of
they
thing.
catch a little
And then anyone
kickback.
that clicks on that link, they can buy a fucking couch
Right.
from Amazon.
Right.
And they get a cut of it.
Right.
So there's that. But then I talked to Brian 606, which is basically what he's doing similar
Right.
with the YouTube thing
Yeah.
as
He's
Cruiser
OG
Originals.
YouTuber though.
He straight up
He's
said
probably got most of his.
he doesn't fuck with brand deals.
Yeah.
He doesn't fuck with affiliate links.
Right.
It's all AdSense. And then
Totally.
he started his own
That shop.
Shop.
Misguided.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like that's how he decided to make it. So he is more like an influencer. I love to see like how they create money from it.
Right.
It's really cool.
100%. Yeah.
It's really cool.
No,
you know,
they figured it out. They cracked the code.
they cracked their code.
That's what I mean. Like
You know
they
what I'm
cracked the
saying?
code for them, dude.
They already like Cruiser Originals. They love working on bikes and
Right.
building motorcycles. So then
Right.
that's what their YouTube channel's
Yeah.
about.
Right.
You know, and then they
Right.
like stunt riding, so they throw in some stunt parts.
Right. Yeah, and they get to he gets to make content around it and then monetize that. So like not only does he get to do it and get paid for these sick projects, rightfully so, and then he gets to like make some money on ad revenue by creating content around it. It's
And on top of
brilliant.
that, sponsorships.
Right.
So
And
it's
then
the
ads,
money
and
just
then-
goes around and
Yeah.
around.
It's so sick, dude.
It is sick.
It
It's
is
sick.
really sick.
So you just
and
gotta
they
find
just
it.
figured that out as they went, I bet.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, I don't
totally.
think they sat down and masterminded this whole
No.
plan. They were just like, oh, hey, this works. Oh, hey, this works. And then it kind of just turned into this thing, you know?
Yeah, or I don't like doing that, but I like doing this.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, it's really crazy because since I've been starting to talk about like how to make money on my podcast, people have reached out a lot about how they want to know and try to figure it out, and it's
Right.
really not an easy thing to figure out. So I think the starting point is sponsorships,
Totally.
but it's not even as clear as day like that, because the starting point with sponsorships a lot of times is just product sponsors or discount.
Yeah, and then you can go even further and say like the start to that is like has really less to do with how well you ride and more to do with how well you post on your social media.
Yes.
Because like I got like
Abso-fucking-lutely.
some sponsors, like I have like I wouldn't say like I don't know, it feels like weird to say sponsors, but like I have like
Partners.
Yeah, I have partners that like I get parts from and stuff, and like crazy that that's even possible for me today, considering like that I don't, I'm just whatever. Anyway, but like those people wouldn't have reached out had I not had a following. You know what I mean? And so
Following
like
is
you
so
have to
huge.
post regularly. It's like it's a lot of work. Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of time investment. You really have to enjoy it. Otherwise, it's just gonna be another job for you, and it won't be worth it. You know what I mean?
Oh, it was horrible for me in the beginning
Yeah.
of my career
Yeah.
before I was business minded, because
Yep.
I'm like, I just want to fucking ride.
Exactly.
Leave me alone.
Right.
But I need your parts.
Right. Come on, let's go. This shit's expensive.
Yeah, I need
This
your
shit's
parts.
hella expensive, dude. Yeah.
So it was really hard, but now that I just switched my mindset to like, how can I help them?
Right.
It's
Yeah.
a lot better. But I'm way more picky now.
On what? On who you answer
who
to?
I partner with.
Gotcha. You should be.
So there's certain partners that I'm cool with just parts.
Right.
Because
Right.
I don't want to work very closely with
Right.
some of them, because it requires talking to them. And if I don't really click with them very much, then,
Right.
or I just don't have that relationship,
Right,
the
right, right.
relationship's just not
It
really
feels
there.
robotic or whatever. Like it's not worth
It feels fake.
Yeah.
Then fine, I'm happy to run your parts,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
let's just not make it a monetary
Right.
thing,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But then there's other people that I really click with, and they're my actually my friends.
That's it.
And then we built that bond together over the
Right.
years, and now it's become a
Right.
monetary thing, and just naturally,
Right.
It's not something that's forced.
Right.
It's not really, they see the value in me, I see the value in them.
Right.
I help them, they help me. It's an equal
Totally.
partnership.
Yeah, I notice like so I have to like when somebody will reach out to me like for like, hey, will you run my part to make a couple posts, like whatever it is. Like I don't get like huge sponsorships reaching out like, hey, can we pay you for this or whatever, but like, I'll have small companies reach out like, hey, can we send you some merch, you rock it, put a couple stories up, whatever. Like I have to run everything by my wife, because I'll just take whatever comes my way because I feel like I have to, because I feel like who am I to turn this person down? Like when I'm like, you know what I mean? When they're just trying to get going, like I could help them, and like I'm kind of a nobody anyway. So like it's kind of like a privilege to have people reaching out to me. But at the end of the day, like I can't do all of it. I have to be picky about what I take.
You absolutely do.
You know what I mean? Because like some of them are conflicting, and it's like, you know, and not only that, but like, you know, so it's interesting. You know, it's kind of a mind fuck. Like I have to like really be careful about who I'm willing to
accept
like,
into
work
your
with.
world.
Right.
Well, yeah, that's also it too. You know, and I've had conversations with sponsors where I'm like, and they're like, well, what do you want?
Right.
You know? And it's like, actually, I don't really care for money.
Right.
I want opportunities.
Totally.
So
totally.
Really, if you can hook me up with some shows,
That's it.
I will take if you don't have the money to pay me monthly.
Right.
Fine.
Yeah.
But if I support you, can you support me by
right.
hooking me up with shows, connecting me to the right people?
Exactly.
Like, think of me.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know?
Right. Totally. Yeah. Because those connections are really hard to make.
You
can't
hard.
just like call the dealership and go, hey, I'm, you know, Bobby Joe and I want to do a show there, and be like, yeah, sure, come on down.
No.
It's like a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
It's like liability insurances involved that are like crazy money. It's part of the reason we don't do a lot of shows is because if the venue doesn't carry their own insurance, it's expensive. So like you really have to lean in and commit if you're going to spend, you know, between $2,000 and $10,000 a year on liability insurance for all these guys to ride. Like you really have to get some shows booked.
Oh yeah, so
you have to have some networking.
We just went through insurance shit, and it's $5,000 for the premium to get started,
just to get in the door,
right? And it's for a $5 million liability,
right? Just
for the crowd,
right?
So you're not even covered,
right? Exactly.
And you're just gonna pray that the dealership is cool with that,
yeah, right? Or that somebody doesn't send their bike over the barrier,
exactly.
And smoke somebody.
And who knows if it's even gonna cover shit,
right?
So then it's probably a minimum of $1 million per incident,
right? That
they'll actually cover,
right? Exactly.
And then every time you do a show, it takes $1,000 from that $5,000, and then after the 5 times
is depleted,
it's gone. Then you're doing a day-to-day basis. So
right.
After you have 5 shows booked with that $5,000 you just put down for the $5 million policy, then you have to pay a day rate after that.
Right.
So if you
Insane.
so if you have 6 shows booked,
right.
you pay $5,000
right.
just to cover those shows
and
that may never happen. Yeah, and then the sixth show you got to pay a day rate.
Right. Which is who knows what? Did they tell you?
Fuck. I think it's the last time I got quoted was like $2,300.
Right.
Which makes no sense.
Right.
Because no dealership is gonna pay that. Let's say
yeah. Right.
We will
the
quote
math doesn't math on that.
4 riders for $4,000.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you want insurance, that's going to be another $25,000. They're not paying it.
Yeah. No, they're not paying it. No
they're
chance.
not paying it.
No chance. The people, I noticed that, I don't know, I could be wrong. I don't know. It might be different here. But like, I do notice that the venues that are serious about having shows on their property generally carry some level of their own liability insurance, but also they'll go out of their way and put barriers up. Like we did a show in Maine, and we worked with the guy at the bar up there, and he was great. He came and put like Jersey barriers all the way around. He closed off the parking lot, like that type of stuff, you know. And it's like,
well, that's a lot to ask for too.
We didn't ask. Yeah,
that's
right.
expensive too.
Exactly.
Well, I mean,
it was a lot of money. Yeah. So I mean,
it's a lot to do a show.
It's a lot. Really is a lot. And like, it's kind of defeating too, because you get a lot of no's trying to call around and get a show, and like, and trying to get the guys paid. Like, you know, I was really hot for shows for a minute. Just because like, I don't know, you know, maybe it was ego. Maybe it was like, you know, I just wanted to be part of the, you know, scene early or on or whatever. But like, it's defeating. And especially like, you know, I don't know. Like I didn't even get paid on the last one we did because I made sure everybody else got paid, because it was like, you know, I want to be able to say like, you know, we're not just doing this for free because, you know, I don't want to just be bottom feeding shows.
Yeah.
And like undercutting everybody else. Like I want to make sure we charge a reasonable amount of money, but also get paid.
But
there's
then
a lot there.
It's not very, it's not very profitable.
No, it's
because
definitely not.
You know, like if you let's say you get $1,000 to do a show.
Right.
But you're traveling to fucking
Right. Do the math.
Yeah.
Right.
You're not after hotel, gas,
Wear and tear on your bike.
wear and tear on like time
Right.
and food.
Right.
You're
Breaking
ass
even.
backwards already.
Yeah.
So you're either
You're lucky to break even.
so that's where sponsorships comes in, guys.
Totally.
I'm just letting you know.
Yo, tell them.
So this is
Because I don't know about that. So you're not.
So what you
telling
do
about that.
is you say, "Hey, my boys at Stunter Society are doing a show
Right.
at blah 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 Harley Davidson dealership
Right.
on this date. The attendance is going to be X amount of people, expected to be X amount of people. Are you willing to, or would you like to be a part of this?
Right.
We can put your logo on our posters.
Right.
We can put your logo on all the reels,
Right.
and we'll wear a shirt with your logo on it.
Right. That's slick. That's a good idea.
And I want $500 to $1,500 for that, and then you get X amount
Do people
of
bite?
Yeah,
Yeah. You've had good luck with that?
yeah,
That's a good idea.
yeah,
That's actually a really good idea.
yeah. So you're gonna get no's.
Right. Oh,
But-
for sure.
But just be like, okay, no problem. Like,
Right.
I'll hit you up next time and see if you're interested.
Right. Right. Right.
Because you got to remember, these people have to see value in it, one.
Right.
And then consistency is worth it.
Right.
You know?
Totally.
Because if you're doing constant shows, then
Totally.
they're like, okay.
Yeah.
And then also, it's got to be worth it to them.
Totally.
You know? So if you say, my guys I have 22,000 followers.
Right.
This guy has 100,000 followers. This guy, all the people that
Right.
are doing the show combined has X amount of following.
Right.
That's a better way to present it.
For sure.
And X amount of reach. If you say the reach,
That's
because the
the
reach is bigger,
The reach is important. Yeah.
then they're like, oh. And you say, okay, those are the guys that are going to be writing in the show.
Right.
Are you
wearing
willing?
your shit?
Yeah, wearing your shit, tagging you,
Right.
and putting your logo in all their reels.
Right. Right.
So then that's how you bring up the rear
That's
end.
the value. That's the value for them. Because I see that a lot with like new companies. Like, you know, you see all these new companies sprout up in the scene, and then like next thing you know, Sit Down Steve's wearing it, or you know what I mean? Like these hitters are wearing it, and then next thing you know, it's like Stinger. Stinger came out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden they're like, dude, they're doing all the show. It's like, it's crazy, and it's like that's the power of like having some reach. You start giving this stuff to, you know, you start working with the people with big followings who've been around a long time, and next thing you know, like you're, you know, you play your cards right, your company blows up. You know.
Oh, I think it's a good move for the companies.
Yeah,
if they play it right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, we've been trying to do it. This has been fresh, you know, relevant for me recently because we've been talking about building a raffle bike for a while. And like, cause I see all these guys raffling bikes and like, you know, I want to do it different. Like, you know, me and my buddy Riley, we got this Dyna down to the frame and we're like, yo, how are we going to be different? How are we going to do this? Like, how are we going to pay for this first of all? Cause building the Dynas, as anybody who rides Dyna knows, like you're not even getting a Dyna for less than $6-7 now. You know, so like we've been racking our brains trying to figure out like how to get sponsors on board that and incentivize sponsors to like either ship us parts or help us fund the project. And so it's been cool. It's been challenging. Like we got like the seat. We ended up getting the seat from Jeff at WFO. And we, you know, basically we just said, hey, we'll custom stitch your logo into the seat if you're willing to help us or cover it. He's like, yeah, great. You know, it's like, yeah, we got some nose on exhaust pipes and stuff like that. But it really is cool. It's cool to practice that type of stuff too. It's sales,
and figure it out because so like everything's there's so many different ways to do it. So like if I were to think about doing that, I would probably say, hey, make a pitch deck, which is basically a digital book saying this is what my plan is.
Right.
I have a plan where I want to. This is my vision.
Right.
I want to build this bike. I want to do how-to videos on all the installs.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Brand specific. So yeah. So like I'm gonna put this LePera seat on this bike. And I want to do an install video and talk about how the benefits of buying a LePera over a Lucky Dave and Saddleman bike seat, and why I chose LePera. And
That's a good idea,
yeah,
dude.
I want to link it in the description below. and I'm going to drive sales to your website
Right.
specifically for LePera seats.
Right.
So
you're on to something
dude,
here.
I'm
Dude,
telling
you got the brain for this.
So then you got to hook them in to listen to you.
Yeah.
If you just cold DM them and it's
right.
So this is, oh man, now I'm going to let go all my secrets.
Don't do it.
You start following them. Start with
you
following.
like all their pictures.
Like all their shit.
Yep.
Start engaging on their stuff.
Yeah.
Commenting, because that matters to a business. They see that same person.
100%.
And that helps their engagement. And
100%.
that's the whole goal of fucking social media.
Totally. And then other people see you engaging it. And
yes.
like,
And it gets pushed out to that audience and this audience.
Right.
And now you're like, and then the best part is when they see, no, I'm getting all fucking passionate. I love this shit.
Fired up.
If they post a story,
right,
you comment on that story and you get straight into the fucking DMs.
Yeah.
And they see that.
You're giving away all the secrets right now.
Whereas if you cold DM them,
right,
there's nothing attached to it. And they're like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
But you just commented on a ad they spent 20, 30 minutes on.
Right.
On
like,
their story.
This is fire, yeah.
Dude, this is sick. This is fire.
Yeah.
I would love to be a part of your team.
That's how I picked up a few of the people that I work with.
Yep. See?
Just being in there, just being in their DMs, not being in their feed, like being in their notifications, like, hey, I'm here.
Constantly.
Boom, commenting on all their shit, like, yo, this is fire. When is this coming out? Then you get people, then they reach out to you sometimes, like, hey, yo, can we send you one of these? Like,
they see your support.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And they see, like, you know, it's like they see you dedicated and you post a lot, and like, there's value for them to give it to you, because then you might, post it 10 times over.
Well, and that's where you start doing your thing. So let's say you wanted to do the YouTube, but you have this build in mind, right?
Right.
So this is where your fucking YouTube comes in.
Right.
The first build might be no sponsors.
Right.
No help, nothing.
Right.
But that's how you start building the rapport, where look what I did on the last one, and look how much content I created.
Yeah.
And I want to do that again on a bigger scale.
Totally.
Are you interested? I want to invite you
to
be a part of it.
Totally. That's funny. That translates into like my, other business stuff too. That's like,
it is business.
It's building credibility.
It is a business.
Totally.
If you want to make money off of stunt riding,
you have to look at it like that though.
Absolutely.
You can't be wishy-washy in the middle, which is where I've been kind of on the whole thing the last couple of years. You really have to lean in and commit to that mindset and show up and put in the work. You really got to put in it's like stunt riding. You're never going to learn if you don't go out and put in the work.
You have to commit.
You got to commit.
You got to commit. And you can't make promises and not keep it.
Right, exactly.
Because they'll never trust you again.
Exactly.
Because this is people's money, dude.
Right.
Imagine in your business, you spent $1,000 on marketing.
Right.
And the person never did shit.
Right.
They hashtagged your company. And you're like,
yeah, sick.
Dude, what the fuck?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I've just paid you $1,000.
Right. For some value and got nothing.
And I got jack shit.
Yeah.
I was expecting the YouTube video to drop on February 15th.
Right.
At this time, and it never came out.
Right.
Now the new quarter of the year is up, and my budget was never fulfilled for last quarter.
Exactly.
It's all business, dude.
It's totally business.
And people don't think of it that way.
And you also have to understand these companies are getting probably 10 plus, 20 plus emails and DMs a day from kids like, yo, let me get a seat, or like, yo, let me get a pipe. I'm good. Look, I can hand drag.
Out, dude.
You really got to stand out. And you also have to set yourself apart and like know how to use the language and like be like put together in your DMs, like be organized and like, know how to communicate with these companies, because like a lot of these companies, like their PR guy or whatever doesn't stunt ride.
Yeah.
They're just a guy. They have a budget and they have to allot it, and like you have to sound like you're worth something. Or
dude, you can do this.
Yeah.
You got the mindset.
Right. Yeah.
You can do this if you wanted to. You just got to figure out how you want to do it,
Totally.
But one thing I would say is no streets. You don't drink already anyways, so that's fine. But like just make it a little bit more professional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know it's tough. I have commitment issues. I gotta commit and like.
But
lean in.
Don't do it if it's not something you enjoy.
No, I do. I'm scared. I'm always scared I'm gonna let people down. So like, if I get off and I get carried away with work and like I can't keep a commitment. Like I'm hard on myself. So like it's hard for me to like really lean in and commit without having like the time and like
So
I can do it. I know I can do it.
Be
I
realistic.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing.
That's
that's
one thing I've learned too after
Yeah.
becoming a mom and then doing this sponsorship stunt riding
Yeah.
thing again, is don't overcommit. Like when I made my deals for 2024, I said I knew who I wanted to work with,
Right.
because I'm ditching all the people I'm not
Right.
feeling. So I'm like, okay, this is what I can do for you for this year.
Right.
And if you agree, then I can do the rest. I started with my favorite.
Totally.
And then I can do the rest. The
Yeah.
rest can
Right.
allocate here, because I can only promise X amount of things. Realistically, I'm a mom.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
But
you
got stuff to do.
And every deal is different.
Right.
So it's like, I have this podcast thing, I have this, and I have this.
Right.
Where do you want to fit into this?
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Because this is what I'm already doing.
Right.
And I'm happy to do that, you know?
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like you gotta like you gotta trim the fat too. I know, like at least my
Really
experience is you gotta trim the fat and like lean into the thing. Don't be stop trying to be all the things. Like just lean into the thing you actually like, you can actually commit to, and do that. And like, you know, instead of trying to spread out and do half-ass all this, you know, it's just, it doesn't end up, at least in my experience, it doesn't end up working out for me when I'm trying to do the Instagram and this and the trying to book shows and do it running around. It's like, it's too much, man. You get burnt out.
And you half-ass everything.
Exactly. And then it just ends up, the quality just, you know, goes down, and it just ends up all for nothing anyway. So it's like,
totally.
Yeah, it's interesting. I wanted to ask you a question, actually. You talked about you know, kind of sharing your secrets, like, you know, you like talking to people about like their experience, like trying to monetize around the sport. And do you feel like the scene is in a place where there's enough to go around for everybody?
So I had this conversation with Joey 55, and if you or anyone else hasn't watched it, you have to watch it. Okay. Because that guy is
it's on my list. Yeah. I love listening to Joey 55, dude. He was on, I think, the Tucker Speed, and he talked about it a little bit, and I was like,
dude, the whole time we talked about it.
He's on it.
He's
so
very smart, and he's very business minded, and he had it dialed from day one.
Yeah.
So I think that it's becoming more saturated. So Harley stunt riding in general is very new,
right,
in comparative to street bikes.
Yeah.
Street bikes is diluted as fuck, so that is almost impossible,
right,
to get paid sponsorship.
Sure.
Harley stunt riding is new, and it's still new, even though people think that, oh, it's oversaturated. It's not.
Right.
There's new sponsorships, and this, I learned this through conversation with Joey too. Is there's new companies now coming in, and if you're, say, maybe where you're at, or even lower, like 4,000 to 5,000 followers,
right,
latch on to a company where you actually like the people,
right, yeah,
they're your buddies, even if they're from across the country or the world,
right,
and you believe in that company and you want to help grow with them,
right.
Now,
that's my boy right there, Billet Bars.
See,
shout out Cody 26, Billet Bars.
Yeah, so you
Day
believe
one.
You believe in them.
Day one,
so
that's my boy.
You're happy to push a product.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then once they're big enough to start paying you, you say, "Hey, man,
right,
like, how can we work together?"
Right.
You know, I'm not asking for a part of your fucking business,
right?
But
Totally.
Like, can you cut me like
$500
a month?
Right.
And I'll make X amount of reels for you. But you know what helps is asking them what they need.
Right. Totally.
That's one thing I fucking learned from. You should look at my other video, Sponsorship Coach.
Okay.
The Sponsorship Coach. I'll link it in the bio. I don't know which episode it was. I think it's called Paid to Ride now. I changed the name because no one was watching it. Because it's some random dude. But he's really smart. But he says, he says, you need to be asking them what they want.
Right.
Like,
yeah, how can you help them?
Yeah, you don't go into a doctor's office and the doctor says, okay, this is what you need, before even asking what the problem is.
Right.
So you trust the doctor because they go, okay, how are you feeling? What do you need? What are you feeling needs to change?
Right.
Okay, now here's a prescription. So like, you got to go into a sponsorship with, hey, how can I help you? Like, what is your struggles with your marketing struggles?
Right.
What are you having trouble selling? Oh, you're having trouble selling this X amount of gripper seat with the whatever the fuck, and you have a ton sitting on your shelves. How do you think we can work together so I can make that happen? Here's the things I do.
Right.
You know, where can we fit you in on that?
That's brilliant. That really is brilliant.
Yeah. That was a changing moment when I learned that.
That's
because
so
here
valid.
I was thinking they all wanted reels, and I'm like, I
Right.
can't fucking fulfill this.
Right.
I could only make maybe 5 reels a month.
Right.
Fucking maybe
It's
it
so
tops
much
10.
work to make
It's so
reels,
much work.
dude.
And so I'm thinking, okay, I can only make 10 reels
Right.
a month.
Right.
So that means if I promise 5 sponsors,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
they can get, you know,
Right.
like I'm like trying to do the math in my head. Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's not even that much money. Like, how can I
Right.
ask for X amount of dollars for 2 reels a month? Like,
Right.
what the fuck am I doing? You know, and then I didn't even think, what if they don't fucking want reels?
Right.
What if they need a commercial on my podcast?
Right. Yeah, or better yet, like maybe my reels aren't even going to serve them the way that, like,
I think they are.
Yeah. You get so hyper focused on this thing. Like
Basani,
yeah.
I finally fucking asked them what they wanted.
Right.
I'm thinking they probably want me to, like, there's a Basani exhaust pipe. Like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. But
no,
mad.
just wear my shirt. Fucking easy.
Sick, dude.
I'm
Sign
like,
me
thank
up.
God. I was
Yeah.
like, I was
Oh
like
my God,
sweating.
that's
at
too funny.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So like,
yeah.
here I am thinking I'm failing them, but they're just
Right.
happy with just wearing their
Right.
shirt and riding.
Right.
You
Yeah,
betcha-
that's true. Because
you
you could
betcha-
oversell yourself sometimes too.
Exactly.
When they don't even want all
They
that,
don't
you're
even care
committing to
about
too
that.
much, and
Yes.
yeah, and like turns out they didn't even need all that. You could have
bet
just
your
got in
ass
the
I'm
door
wearing
for a
their
shirt.
shirt.
Yeah,
Exactly.
What the fuck? You know, that's
Yeah,
sick,
exactly.
dude.
So asking them.
Totally. It's all about that's so true. Yeah, it's like how you frame this, you know, how you frame your pitch is so important.
Totally.
It's the difference between even getting a response or not sometimes, you know.
Totally.
Yeah. Yeah, that's sick. Yeah. So do you think there's room for everybody?
Yeah.
Do you think there's
I think there is.
Yeah.
You know, you got to start somewhere though. And you have to click with the right people, you know, and it is, trust me, it's hard, and you're going to get no's.
For sure.
And-
More no's than yeses.
And that's okay.
Yeah, totally.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I tried to have a conversation with the other day. The conversation went weird because
Right.
I think they knew where I was going.
Oh,
And they're like,
gotcha.
I'm just letting you know
Yeah.
we're not into monetizing. We're not into any monetary thing right now, or relationship right now. But
Right.
we're happy to send you some stuff. I
Right.
said, no problem.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, that's okay.
Totally fine. Yeah. You're not gonna break my heart, dude.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
obviously I want money.
Right.
Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
that's in my mind.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to happen today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or tomorrow or ever.
Right.
I just want that relationship, and if I
Totally.
need something, like, that'd be dope if you
Yeah,
sent
for
it
sure.
for a giveaway or
Right.
sent it for, you know,
Totally.
like
Yeah.
there's different ways we can help each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't always have to be about money.
Yeah, if your sponsorship budget's tapped out, that's fine. You know,
Totally. And like,
we don't have to be sensitive about it. It's business. It's fine. You know?
yeah, and like your boy with the bars, your boy with the bars, it's like the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to pay me. I would
Right.
still support you, but how
100%.
can you help me also? Like, it
Right.
can't just be like you send me one pair of bars a
Totally.
year.
Right.
I'm gonna need some other. Can you hook me up with a show
Totally.
at your shop? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, and at the end of the day, like the thing is, like, I'm especially in the beginning, maybe not so much now, but like I'm always looking at it like, all right, I'm gonna buy this stuff anyway. Like,
Yeah.
this stuff is going on my bike, so like, if I like it, I'm buying it, and like if I can find somebody who's like a homie that is like trying to do something in the community, like trying to find his niche, like make a little money, do whatever it is, and I can support that and get my bike dialed, like, I'm in. I'd much rather give Cody at Billet Bars my money than, you know,
yes, yeah,
Bung King or whatever. I've never met, you know, who knows, you know, it might be quality stuff. It might be great. The guy might be awesome, but like, he don't live, you know, 50 miles from me. And like, I don't ride with him. Like, this is my boy.
Totally.
I'm happy to support that. And like, and then if that can help you blow up later on, I don't expect nothing, but like, hey, cool. If you blow up, maybe we get to do some shows. Maybe I get to get a little sponsorship from you. I'm going to treat it as if I'm going to buy it anyway. So,
well,
like,
you know what? Also, another way to think of it is if you show up fully,
right.
and you, especially for someone that's trying to build something,
Right.
push their brand, do all the shit, and guess what? If
100%.
at the end of the year or 6 months, be like, hey, look at what I did for you,
Right.
and I want to continue to do this.
Right.
can we talk?
Would you consider?
Yeah, can we talk?
Right. Would you consider entertaining?
I did it
pitch
for free, and
right.
and I showed you what I could
Right.
do. I made some
Right.
fire content,
Right.
Some fire reels,
Right.
this, that, and the other thing.
Right.
I would love to continue doing this for you,
Right.
but I can't just do it for a headset.
Totally.
You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
Like, are you willing to work with me?
Yeah. It's hard because it's hard, especially with the bigger companies. Because, like, you know, at least where I'm from, like, we talk a lot of shit, like, just jokingly about, like, oh, you know, you go out and buy whatever it is, a $1,000 pipe, and then, like, you buy the shirt, and then you rock it, and you post it all over your social media. So it's like, they, you know, these companies, these big companies in particular, like, you know, they're getting you for $1,000 and then 35 for the shirt, and then you're just doing a bunch of free advertising for them. When you could be buying that from your buddy and supporting him, the money goes in his pocket, and you get to feel like take some pride in like this thing that your buddy built for you.
Totally.
And like, but it's conflicting because like you want these big, you know, these big partnerships are the goal for a lot of people. So like, you know, you kind of have to do a little bit of, you know, you kind of have to put in some free work. If you want,
that you can
know.
still do it with
Totally.
your buddy's pipe company.
Totally. Yeah.
And then if the relationship doesn't, the business
sure.
relationship, because it is a business relationship, doesn't go anywhere,
Right.
then you can go to Bassani and say, look what I've done with my friend's content,
Right.
and how much I've helped him grow. And
Sure.
There's got to be numbers involved, like showing
Definitely.
sales,
Like some, yeah, exactly.
you know, and Joey talks about that too. Like some people can do it for, I see it as brand awareness and sales. There's two different ones.
Right.
So like
Interesting.
Someone with a huge following, like maybe mine, people are more often okay with just brand awareness.
Explain brand awareness a little bit.
So brand awareness meaning getting my name. If you see someone wearing a shirt, a Stunter Society shirt,
Right.
I won't notice it the first time.
Right.
Then I see another dude wearing it, and I'm like,
Right.
And then I see another dude wearing it, I'm like, what the fuck company
Right.
is this?
Right.
And then now that's awareness.
Right.
Yeah, you got to see
totally.
a customer has to see something 7 times before they notice it.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's
funny. Yeah.
brand awareness.
Gotcha.
First, you see fucking Kanye wearing those big ass red boots, and
Yeah.
like what the? It's ugly as shit. And then you see someone else wearing it, it's still ugly as shit. And then it's
Yeah.
getting less and less ugly.
Yeah.
The more you not saying that.
Yeah, no, I
but
got
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
brand awareness.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
making
It's
it,
marketing. It's like marketing. Yeah.
So one person might be worth it to do that, but someone with a lower following might have extremely good, high quality camera equipment and good at filming and makes fire content, but they just aren't there.
Totally.
So depending on the brand's goals, they want content to repost and repurpose as paid ads.
Right.
I'd hire the film guy, not Drea Stunts,
Right.
because she's not making that
Right.
fire content.
Right.
She's just brand awareness.
Right. Gotcha. Yeah.
So-
No, that's funny. I see that actually happen in my own life. And like, I'm pretty aware of like, you know, I'm pretty adept, like when it comes to like, you know, the idea of like how, you know, and like some of the inner workings of how these brands get big. And like, I see it happen with myself, like those, like those shirts with the smiley faces with the X's in the eyes. Like
Vanishing
I
ones.
started seeing those shirts. And
See?
I'm like, is that Freestyle Life? Like, who is that? And like, it took me 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 times probably to see them before I figure out like, oh, that's this. And it's like, I've never seen an ad for that company, but I've seen hitters wearing it.
Brand
Next thing you know,
awareness.
like, oh, I got to get me some of that.
Yeah, you kind of want it.
I need a couple of those. You know what I mean?
kind of
That's
want
fire.
it.
Yeah. It's like all of a sudden,
Exactly.
and it's like, that's brand awareness. They didn't have to push me one ad. All they did was chuck some dude a T-shirt.
Yes.
And, you know, and he's wearing it on a ride out, and it's like next thing you know, like, you know, they get me all the time. So
I have to, when I pitch to a brand or just I decide I want to maybe partner with, it's usually I'm kind of interviewing them too.
yeah,
I want to see if I even like them.
right,
Do
for
we
sure.
click?
For
You know what
sure.
I'm saying? Like, do I even want to talk to this person
For
all the time?
sure.
But I'm educating them on what I can do for them. I'm like,
Totally.
the Drea Stunts page, I'm just letting you know, it's just like brand awareness kind of thing. Like,
Totally.
I'll make like little posts here and there of me
Yeah.
installing, but it's not going to be like
Yeah.
selling anything.
Right.
Direct sales.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long-term thing that has to just
Yeah.
keep being brainwashed into
Right.
people's
I'll keep
minds.
you guys front and center on some of my videos. And
Yes.
yeah.
Exactly.
Get people thinking. Get the wheels turning.
Like, I need a Bassani exhaust pipe.
Right.
I have no idea why.
yeah.
Like, I just need one.
Subconscious.
So it might be not directly linked, like someone's
Totally.
not clicking the link in my bio to buy a Bassani exhaust pipe.
Right.
But they seen me and Bruce rocking Bassani
Totally.
every day, every post, and they're
Totally.
like, I need a Bassani exhaust pipe.
Yep.
Whereas, like, if you were to be like a Cruzy Originals and doing install videos all the time, talking about the product,
Right.
that's a totally different thing.
For sure. Yeah.
That's a different
it's driving
marketing
business.
strategy.
Yeah.
It's driving sales.
Right.
So maybe that is what they need. Depends on what they need.
Totally. Yeah. No, that's a really good idea. And I can't believe I didn't think of it first. I'm gonna tell everybody I thought of that first. So.
Yeah, it's okay. You can.
But
that's why I like talking about this shit on the podcast.
No, because that's dual purpose for me. Because like it's like I was saying, like I want to start a YouTube channel. So like, boom, here's not only am I like somewhat, maybe I'm not monetizing, maybe I'm not getting paid, but maybe I'm getting partnership that could be long term, but also getting deals on parts or getting parts, and then I get to like start a foundation for a YouTube channel based on the content I'm making with the parts. That's
another dope one you can do. Oh fuck! Now I'm even on.
Yeah.
How much time we got? So I'm partnering with Ramjet. Shout out to Ramjet.
Yeah, talk to me about Ramjet. Sammy was telling me about Ramjet a little bit, but I'm unfamiliar with what they are.
What they are?
Yeah,
there's just a shop.
Gotcha. Motorcycle shop.
Motorcycle shop.
Cool.
Yeah. So, we made a deal where he's gonna make us an affiliate link.
Oh,
where
sick.
anything I sell from Ramjet, I will get a kickback.
Right.
What's sick about that?
Sick.
What's sick about that is they sell all my other partnerships stuff.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Let's
so
go.
I'm like, okay, that's fucking perfect because now
Right.
you can't buy a Bassani exhaust pipe from BassaniExhaust.com.
Right. You have to go to a dealer.
You got to go to Ramjet.
Yeah, that's right. You got to go to Ramjet.
So, and then
That's slick.
I take once he figures out my affiliate link thing, I take my sales to Bassani and say, look how many pipes I sold.
Dude, now you have real numbers.
Now I got real numbers. Look how many
Wow.
Bassani exhaust pipes I sold from Ramjet last year.
That's killer.
Yeah, like I'm really driving
killer.
sales to sell your pipe.
Not only that, but you're lending actual credibility with numbers
Yes.
to your partners so like you can expand and get new partners.
So that's
like, hey,
the
look what I
newest
did.
fucking thing that I just
That's so
hacked.
sick, dude.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Super exciting.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I suggested to Joey, I said, why don't you do something like that? Because he said, I'm not ready to pay anyone yet. So off camera, I was like, dude, this is what I'm doing with Ramjet. Like, what do you think about doing something like that for your sponsored stunt riders?
Right.
You're not paying directly out of your pocket. They're taking a little a percentage of profit
of sales,
but they're
that you never had that
you
money
wouldn't
anyway.
have made. Yeah, you wouldn't have made that sale without them.
Right.
They're pushing you're friends with all these heavy hitters that sell all the legends, all the shit that Joey's selling through his shop.
Right.
Connect with them. Say, hey, I'll give you a 10% kickback on every part you sell that you're already selling legends.
Right.
Because you're sponsored by Legends.
Just caught me in, basically.
Yeah. And now we're all the money's going in circles.
Right.
You're supporting your Legends suspension partnership. You're supporting me and I'm supporting you, and it's all making money.
Right, and everybody makes money.
Everyone makes money. It's so dope. Dude.
That's sick, dude. You guys really got it figured out here. You guys West Coast people really got this figured out.
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out.
I'd say you got it pretty figured out.
I'm getting there.
Yeah, that's sick.
There's more. There's a lot.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I think there's
dynamics.
plenty to go around. It's interesting because like you look around, like if you're somebody like me and you just started, you know what I mean? Like you got you got Gabe and Sal, East Coast and like Expos. Those guys were doing it in 2013, right?
They're geniuses too. I want to sit down with them and talk to them.
Dude, absolutely.
And pick their fucking brain.
My experience with those guys, like I'm obviously like we're not like tight, but like I see them a lot at events. Really down to earth, solid people, just like normal people.
They're
like,
businessmen.
Yeah, dude, and they got the business figured out.
Yeah, see,
like they figured it out.
They figured it out.
But it makes you wonder, like, is part of that because they just got in early and like there was like they had the whole market share?
No, dude.
Or
no.
I mean, I don't want to minimize the fact that it takes a lot to be good at business. That's what I was gonna
say. It's not. None of this shit's on accident.
Yeah. No, I think
none of this shit is on accident.
Right. Yeah.
None of it.
It just makes me wonder. I go like,
think about it. Okay, you building a bike.
Right.
That is all like, how the fuck am I gonna do this?
Right.
You think that they didn't start there too?
Right. I know. It's crazy.
They're
it's
like,
a
how
crazy
the fuck
thing.
am I going to do this? But you have to go there in your mind and think about it first.
Right.
And really sit down and brainstorm, because
Right.
I fucking did it too. Okay, what do I like to do?
Right.
X, 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 X.
Right.
X, Y, and Z, whatever. Okay, how can I use what I can do to help my partners?
Right.
Jot down ideas.
Right.
Okay, how can I package that into something that is kind of something I could sell to them?
Right. Monetize.
Like sell to them, like, hey, this is an idea that I'm thinking, because they don't even have a fucking clue how to use influencer marketing.
Right.
So I got to figure it out for myself.
Thing. You're selling these people something they didn't even know they needed.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
It's like,
sometimes you'll get a company that does know, but those are the ones that are hard to get in, because they already know.
Yeah, and they already got
partners.
their people.
Yeah, they already got their people.
Yeah, right.
Which is Basani.
Yeah.
They hopped on that train.
They've
quick.
been at it. Yeah. They're like legends. Like, they don't fucking send nobody shocks, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they've been on it. But the other companies, you might have to explain to them and teach them your value.
Right. Yeah. No, agreed. No, it's cool. It's really cool to watch, because at the end of the day, like, it's just a bunch of Harley criminals running around making money off a bunch of other Harley criminals, and like, it's like this big, it's like its own economy.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's
totally.
its own economy.
Well, and then it goes back to what do they want? Because, like I said, I just partnered with Law Tigers, and they straight up said,
yeah,
we don't
which is
like
sick. I heard that ad.
Oh, you did?
I heard it when I listened to you and Sammy last night.
Yeah. That's my first commercial.
Yeah, dude, that's sick. Congratulations.
They're like, we don't like streets. I'm like, oh, perfect. I don't ride streets.
Dude, that's one of the things about this scene is, like, you can really, the ceiling is kind of low right now, because you're only going to get companies that are in the scene, because, like, so much of this culture is illegal as fuck. So, like, you're not going to, it's like, why, I'm sure, I'm not completely up to date on the Bell helmet thing, but it's like, I'm sure that probably played a role in the Bell helmet, like, sponsorship thing, like, why they bowed out, because, like, anybody who's, like, a legitimate corporate business is not going to touch this with a 10-foot pole. This is so illegal, dude. Like, most of the videos that are popular and, like, the shit that, like, people want to see is, like, dudes doing hand drags in front of cops with the lights on.
Yeah. Well, those are the viral videos for sure.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's the shit that, like, really starts, I don't know. I don't have all the answers, but
you just got to find your way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And,
and
it sucks, because you're like, well, like for Bruce, I'm like, okay, babe, you got to chill out on the streets. Like, if you want to continue some partnerships.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
And
or we
like,
don't want to lose it.
He loves the streets. Like, and I don't want to take that.
Doesn't?
You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
that's the heart of this.
Don't stop doing what you want to
man.
do. You know, I don't want anyone to stop doing what you want to do. But if you want to make it a profession, that's how you're going to have to do what you want. You got to do what you got to do.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I know.
But if it ruins your happiness at all, then that's not the partnership for you, because there are partners out there that are cool with it.
It's tough, because I got my name because the Stunt Gypsy, because I have to drive 3 hours. I have to travel 3 hours to get to a lot.
Oh, damn.
My closest riding friend, well, actually, I have a couple buddies across the water from me. Shout out Ride Blunts and Shiz, but I mean, to go do like I ride Friday nights with my friends. Like, that's where I met Sammy. Like, that area where Sammy's from is 3 hours from me. I have to take a ferry. I live on an island, so I got to take a ferry, and then I got to drive 2 hours just to go ride for 3 to turn around and drive for another 3. So like, thing. I used to just, like, in the beginning, I would pop up at rideouts, like, randomly, like, all over New England. So, like, I would just gypsy around going to rideouts, you know what I mean? And, like, because I was so passionate about it, and I was so fired up, like, that I don't care. I would drive 9 hours to ride for 2 with my friends. Like, but it's hard. Like, so, like, all that to say, like, not everybody has a lot down the street they can go ride. So, like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's tough. I know. I don't know what people do. Like, I don't mind. I'll drive. I'll do some crazy shit to ride with my friends.
I think what you do is you find a street that there's no cars and pretend like it's a closed off street.
So that's what we do at home. Me and my buddy Riley. We have this little janky ass lot that runs behind the high school, and it's like an open road, and we have to like pull over when cars come down, and like
exactly.
Just can't do burnouts.
See, I think you just don't post, because my friend Krista is in the same position. She's trying to work deals with sponsorships.
Right.
but she doesn't have a spot to ride.
Right.
So
That's
get
tough.
footage
Yeah.
without cars in the background.
Yeah.
Because as soon as there's fucking cars in the background, they know it's an open road.
Right.
It's a
Yeah.
bad look.
Totally.
You
Yeah.
know?
I wouldn't do it. If I was a big corporate brand like that, I wouldn't touch it.
No, it's not worth
I
it.
would just too much. It's too hot.
I would way rather
It's too hot.
sponsor a chick that's just
riding lots and like doing
Oh no,
sick shit.
no, not even wheelies.
Just riding around.
They're just like,
oh, check out, yeah, word, yeah.
you know, and then they got 10,000 views.
Right, I know.
You know?
I know, that's crazy.
So
the chicks have it easy. No offense, the chicks have it easy in the Instagram world.
yeah, don't hate.
I ain't hating. I'm not hating. I think it's sick. I think like I just laugh because.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, damn.
But you know, we have our
Yeah.
issues.
I'm sure you guys have plenty more hurdles than I do being in the Instagram.
Okay, let's get on the questions real quick. Oh, that's a fucking good one. It's a good one. African Jane said, "Is there a chick not a chick? Is there a trick you're chasing that will make you feel like I've arrived, like I've finally made it? Like you keep saying that you suck, or whatever you said, your words."
I did, yeah.
But what would make you feel like you didn't?
So, I remember when I first started. Everybody chases the hand drag, right? I'm sure I'm not alone. I know that's kind of cliche and corny, but I remember a couple years back. I think it was during the Lean Back in Chirac. Sit Down Steve posted him on his black Annie Dinah, just dragging out a hand drag like. Just like smooth, dude, like so smooth. And the post was like, yo, I've been chasing these hand drags, like trying to get these locked in for so long, and I'm so grateful. And this is a dude who's been in the scene for 20 plus years, you know, and he's hyped to lock in a hand drag. I want so bad to be able to drag out a hand drag like Gabe does, or like Sit Down Steve does. Like these dudes just lean back and just drag. Like I can hand drag, and I remember the excitement I had when I hit it in the beginning. And I think I would feel the same excitement if I could get like a 20, 40, 50 foot hand drag just like locked in. Like I could just rock it on a ride out in the pack, you know, like that.
And then you think you'd feel less insecure.
I think so. I think that now, but probably not. If that happened, I would probably just be on to the next thing. Like, you know,
that's exactly
syndrome,
what happens.
You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, bro.
Like
that's
it.
That's exactly what happens.
Yeah, I bet it is. I know. Because I
you.
hit that hand drag and I was like, still in, you know, I mean, for 5 minutes, I was like, whoa, sick. But, you know.
Yeah, I went through all that in my prime.
Right.
I thought by the time when I get circles, like.
Yeah, circles. Dude.
I was like, then I will be. I won't feel like I suck anymore. You know what I'm saying? And that day came, and don't get me. That was the longest I've ever been high off of getting a trick. Dude, when it finally clicked, I was high for a week.
I bet.
You know how when you get a trick, you're only high for like a day.
I've been chasing the circles, so I know about that.
Yeah, so it finally clicked, and I was high for like a week, and then I was like,
"That's funny.
Now what? Now what?
Now what? It's over. My life, so I can retire now."
No, I still felt like I sucked. I'm like, okay, now that I'm not the shit anymore, because I don't think circles are cool.
Off the high horse.
Yeah, exactly.
Back down to earth.
Now I'm like, now what?
Yeah.
Now I suck at Ralph Louis circles. Right. Now I suck at this. You know, and you always suck.
Yeah, I know.
You know, so if you don't,
I know,
find the happiness within yourself.
Totally.
Then you never will, dude.
I know.
You need to be grateful for those seat scrapes, dude.
Dude, oh my God.
You need to be
I'm
grateful.
never doing that again. Just FYI. That was terrifying.
That looked fucking terrifying. I mean,
that was an accident.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, that's the seat hitting the ground was an accident.
I thought that was on purpose.
No, I set out to like just deep scrape. And then my buddy kept getting bad videos. Like it was like a bad clip. So I kept doing it. I did like 7 times and the fender kept getting shorter. And so the last one hit the seat and I landed it, but I almost pancaked and I was like, that's it, I'm all done. And that was like total accident. It just happened like my fender just kept getting shorter as I was scraping, trying to get the clip. Because everybody posts the best clips.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got to get the perfect side shot so I can slow it down.
Yeah.
You know how it goes. You know? And we're just like filming on iPhones in the woods. You know? And so I just kept going and that ended up being, and then I was like, oh my God, there's like a scuff across my seat. I'm like, yo, we slowed it down. I was like, you just hit your fucking seat, dude.
That's crazy. That means your ass was upside down.
Literally.
Okay, so what are the pros and cons of riding with a stunt team? By Trailer Park Joe.
Pros and cons of riding with a stunt team. You know, I don't, my experience is pretty limited because I've only ridden with one stunt team, but it's been pretty much all pros for me. Like, I remember, just like riding with these dudes way back when I had really nothing to offer. I couldn't really stunt ride that well, and I was super early in my, stunt riding career or whatever you want to call it, and I just remember like seeing these dudes, like they had jerseys and like it was like all like solid people, like we talked about today, like people like, when you're looking for a sponsorship or a partner, it's like people you want
to be around. Yeah, totally.
And it's like, so it's just like, it's like the same reason I wouldn't want to be in like a motorcycle club. Like, I just don't fuck with those people. They're just not, like, we don't have anything in common. Like, this team that I ride with is all people that like are just 10 toes down,
family.
Fucking homies, family, like dudes that I really enjoy riding with, dudes that are like nasty and like push me to be better. We're on a ride out and the only Grotty's just like screaming out of his helmet, like at people like 50-50, just like crazy, like just pushing people to be better. And like that, and like I've seen zero downside.
You have a lot of camaraderie.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
I feel like you're in it together.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you prefer East Coast or West Coast riding? By Evil Sins.
I'm biased. East Coast all day. East Coast all day.
What are the differences?
To be honest, I actually haven't ridden a whole lot of West Coast. Most of my riding's been East Coast. I'm trying to think. Have I even done any? I don't even think I've done any West Coast riding, to be honest with you.
What about the scenes? Because you were just talking off camera. Don't even try to hide from this.
No. No, the scene is interesting here. Like, it seems super spread out, and like, I prefer my scene back home, and I don't know, I haven't like taken a minute to think about whether that's because like obviously that's where all my people are, or like it's just I think my experience has been it's just like a more welcoming environment, like for stunt riding. Like, people are, when you go to the lot, it's like people who like just started, and then the Sammy Stunts of the world out there just like dragging the back of their head. You know what I mean? It's like, and it's cool, and people like, there's drama, there's beef, whatever, everywhere you go, it's gonna be drama and beef, but like, they're just, it just feels a lot more welcoming. Like, I aspire to like welcome new people when I see them riding. Like, anybody I see, especially if somebody recognizes me in public, I'm gassed. I'm just as gassed as you are to like stop and talk to you. And like, if you have questions, I'm answering them, like responding to DMs, like that type of stuff inspires me. Like, I feel, if I can do what other people did for me when I first started riding, like I'll be good. You know what I mean?
I feel honored.
Yeah. I feel super privileged.
I feel you. I feel the same way. People don't know that though.
You know what I mean? Some people, this shit goes to their head.
Oh yeah. Big time.
You know what I mean?
Where can my audience find you?
I'm at the Stunt Gypsy on Instagram, and that's pretty much it. I have the stuntgypsy@gmail.com if you're wanting to reach out to do work with me on either the raffle bike or just in general. I kind of took a little hiatus from social media like we talked about, but this coming season is going to be good. I'm going to put some work into my bike and really kind of refocus.
You feeling inspired by this conversation?
I am, dude. I'm feeling super inspired by this trip, man. Just like going to Cruise the Originals yesterday, and like, getting, talking to Sammy a bunch over the last week or two, and just like, this has been super cool. And I also should say, I actually feel really welcomed on the West Coast. Yeah, okay. I do, because like I have a couple connections here. So like, I don't know if that's helped or not, but you guys have been super welcoming, and like, yeah, so.
Well, we're always looking for stunt families.
Yeah, dude.
Let's go. If you ever come out this way with the family again, we should get the kids together, and
definitely,
especially as your little one gets older.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
That'd be dope.
We're gonna build them a 50. We'll get them ripping. We'll get them ready.
Yeah. You should document that.
Yeah, I absolutely
will. So what impact would you like to make on the Harley stunt scene? That's my last question.
Man, that's a good question. I guess I would just like, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And like, I'm not anybody special. I just, because I have a few Instagram followers does not make me any different than the dude who started looping his supermoto, 4 or 5 years ago. Like, I think this shit's possible for anybody. And just like, don't let it go to your head, dude. If your page blows up, like, just try. I don't know. It's a conscious effort for me to like make sure I stay grounded and like, don't let this go to my head, because at the end of the day, like, my whole identity isn't the Stunt Gypsy, man. Like, my name's Emmit, and like, I'm happy to talk to you no matter who you are, wherever we are. So like, just stay riding with your friends because you're having fun. Don't turn it into something it doesn't have to be. Just ride with your friends. The rest of it comes on its own naturally. So
I love that.
yeah,
that's dope, dude.
Thanks.
Well, thanks for taking your time out of your vacation
Yeah,
to sit down with me.
Yeah, no problem, dude.
dope.
Thanks for having
I enjoyed
me.
it.
Yeah, thank you.